Hey, welcome in everybody. Welcome to the Bench to the Mic. I'm your host, Jonathan Holmes. Here for episode 6 of the pod. If you haven't tuned in or if you missed out on some stuff, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give me a follow on Twitter. Give me a follow on Instagram. I'm going to start getting active on those accounts here soon. But yeah, if you haven't, go ahead and get that subscribe button mashed. Give me a like, comment, whatever. Start getting active on this thing. But happy Friday. It's late on a Friday, 9:30 p.m. Starting this bad boy off. Had some awesome hoops throughout the week. Had the Champions Classic, of course. You had Michigan State versus Kentucky. You had Duke versus Kansas, which I'll go through here in just a second. Just give you my thoughts and some of the things that I saw. And then some big-time matchups today. I've currently got Purdue and Houston on. That's been a great matchup so far. They're still in the first half. And then you had BYU and Wisconsin earlier today. BYU, I'll talk through it, but BYU looks strong. They're starting to figure out their defense, and their big three is doing big three things. So yeah, without further ado, man. Again, let's dive into it. But I wanna thank y'all for tuning in, wherever you may be listening and however you may be listening. I just want to say thank you for tuning in. We're gonna keep these bad boys going all throughout college basketball. So all throughout the season, because this is gonna be a special one. But all right, we're going to dive in, talk through Champions Classic, talk through these games going on tonight, and then I want to go through a little heat on the feet, some shoe game. If you guys know me, I'm a big shoe guy, so talking through my top five kicks of all time to beat the hoop in, and then some of the heat on the feet that I've been able to see throughout this early stage of college hoops, but. Yeah, and man, we got Feast Week coming up. We're starting to get right into the thick of it. Thanksgiving's one of my favorite holidays. It's probably tied with Christmas, of course, just because you have that transition time frame from college football to college hoops. Starts to get a little chillier out. Feast Week comes about. You get your belly full. You watch some football on Thanksgiving, and then when you get through the weekend, it's college hoops time, and it's full go after that. So you get rivalry week in college football, the NFL, of course, hitting into the fourth quarter of their season. But that's college hoops time for me, man, and I'm excited for it. And I can't believe it's already here, and it's going to be gone in a blink of an eye. So yeah, probably for the third time I've said this. Let's dive into the Champions Classic, man. Starting out, Michigan State versus Kentucky. I was able to tune in to both these games earlier this week. Man, Michigan State looks freaking tough. Tom Izzo, not necessarily going into the portal, but developing within, building up his guys, Cohen Carr, Jeremy Fears, Jackson Kohler. I mean, you're that Michigan State big three, when they're clicking and playing team basketball, this is a top 5 team. It's a top 5 team in the country. I think they can give Purdue a run for their money in the Big Ten. Same thing with Illinois and UCLA and Michigan. Michigan. They've played a lot of close games, but I think Michigan State, UCLA, Illinois, Purdue is probably that top tier of the Big Ten. So, and Purdue's rolling right now, up 11. They're separating themselves against Texas Tech. But anyways, Michigan State looked extremely strong. Tom Izzo, his execution, he might be the best X's and O's guy of all time. His execution is just tremendous on how he's able to get sets going, run an offense, run it thoroughly, have his guys be disciplined enough to take good shots. They utilize the shot fake, which I think is a lost art in today's game, is hitting people with a shot fake, man. You get that shot fake, you get a blow by, sidestep, cash money, boom, bang that three. I saw that a lot out of Michigan State. And Kentucky was just very undisciplined on the defensive end. Just didn't want to buckle down and get stops. Fell for all the shot fakes. Just wasn't playing team basketball, and you could tell, it was a lot of individual play going on out there, which I think Mark Pope will get it turned around. But right now, it's just they're playing a lot of individual ball. They got some guys that are hurt, of course, but I think Kentucky will turn the corner. I think it's just gonna be a matter of time, getting people back, getting some people in their new roles, things of that nature. But yeah, I mean, again, I can't stress how impressed I was of Michigan State and Tom Izzo's squad. Jeremy Fears, that dude he's an absolute floor general. So if you look up floor general in the dictionary, I'm like 90% sure Jeremy Fears' face will pop up. He just controls the tempo. He loves going at his own speed. He doesn't ever get rushed. A couple years ago, he'd get rushed. He was flying around. He wasn't going at his own pace. He was making a bunch of mistakes. He just looked like a freshman, sophomore, an underclassman guard. But now he's been through the wars. He's waited his turn. He's learned. He's developed. He's totally turned into the leader of this squad. Him and Cohen Carr are doing an excellent job leading the break in the front court there. I'm sorry, in the back court. 13 dimes for Jeremy Fears, by the way. Believe he's averaging over 10. I have to fact check it, but he's been on another level, and for Michigan State to be able to get to a Final Four, he's going to have to be exactly what he was on Tuesday night. Because Kentucky's still, I don't think Kentucky's bad. I just don't think that they're not clicking right now. There's still a ton of talent. Spent a ton of money in the transfer portal, reportedly. I don't know that for a fact. But Kentucky's good. They're going to finish top probably 4 in the SEC, and they put a beatdown on them, 83-66, absolute beatdown. Jackson Kohler, again, another guy that's developed through Tom Izzo's system. 20 points, 8 of 12 from the field. Great touch around the rim. Again, wasn't sped up. I mean, you're seeing that out of Tom Izzo's squad. You're seeing a consistent theme. They're not sped up. They're playing super well, very under they're very comfortable, playing in their own skin, playing great team basketball. And that's what Michigan State's going to have to do. You're not going to get out-athlete. Cohen Carr might out-athlete you. That dude can jump out the gym. If you haven't seen his highlights, good Lord, look him up. But he's good for one highlight dunk a game. But yeah, Michigan State, man, if they keep this going, they're going to be a very tough out in the tournament and throughout the regular season. Yeah, I mean, I can talk about Michigan State all day, but Kentucky, I've talked about this before. Again, the Louisville game, they've got to learn to get stops. They weren't playing team defense, very individualized. I mean, Michigan State shot 50% from the field. How do you expect to win? You can't win ball games if you're giving up 50% a 50% field goal percentage. You just can't. They shot 50% from 3 as well. And Kentucky, you can't. I don't think that they can live and die by the 3 ball. They were 7 of 30 from the 3, 23%. I don't think they get enough stops to be able to do that. I don't think they can't fall back on their defense and get enough stops to be able to do that. I think Alabama's the only team that I think can get away with shooting that many threes and be okay. Kentucky, they got to be aggressive getting to the basket. You got big guys down there. When they get Jaden Quaintance back, that's gonna be another piece that they're gonna be able to use. Otega Owe, I need to see him be more aggressive. Denzel Aberdeen transfer from Florida, need him to be a little bit more active, getting to the basket. But I mean, those 2 guys shot 5 of 20 from the field and 3 of 10 from 3-point land. Now, if you ask me, that's not a winning recipe. And when you're the SEC preseason player of the year, Otega Owe, you're at the Garden, you've got to step up and play like the SEC player of the year. I was very disappointed. He just didn't seem very into it. He wasn't playing with a lot of motion. I think another problem is they don't have a true leader out there. I think Otega Owe wants to be it. I think Mark Pope wants him to be it. he just hasn't shown that yet. And Kentucky, they're in for a long season if they don't figure that out. Again, having a leader, getting stops on defense, and not living and dying by the three. I think those are Kentucky's three keys to success this season. So we'll see. I think Mark Pope gets it turned around. Like I said before, he's an excellent coach, excellent dude. He'll get Kentucky right. It's just a matter of time. All right, second game, Kansas versus Duke. Now, you guys know I'm a big Duke fan. Definitely, I was tuned into this one. This was a fun one to watch. Kansas without Darren Peterson. I mean, I think the spread ended up getting up to double digits. I think it was at 10.5. I think is what it ended at, maybe 12. But 78-66 final, Duke over the Jayhawks. There was big time foul trouble for Kansas in the first half. Had a few guys go out early. Bedunga, their big man. It was just a tough matchup for Kansas overall. Duke's size was a huge problem for him. Duke's tempo, the way they wanted to roll, that was a big problem for him because they, when you're missing your best guy like Darren Peterson, who's going to be a top 5 pick in the draft. I mean, I don't think Kansas probably wins this game with him, but that's a huge shot to your squad. I believe he's going to be out for the foreseeable future with a hamstring. But Kansas isn't a top 25 team without him. I think with them, if Trey White plays to the level that he played on Tuesday, they can be a top 25 team. They're going to struggle in the Big 12, I'll tell you that right now. But Trey White, 22-9, strong performance. He was the only reason Kansas was in this game. Without him, this is a 30-piece easy by Duke. Shot the ball super well. He had 9 boards to go with it too, which as a guard, that's impressive. 9 boards, 22 points in a big game like that against Duke's size. It's solid, very solid. Remember him at Illinois? He plays hard. He really does. But yeah, with Kansas without Darren Peterson, they didn't have a chance in this one. I thought they played very, very well without him, and able to stay in this game. I don't think they probably could have played much better, and they got beat by 12. Probably could have been more, but Bedunga without him going in foul trouble. He had 14 and 6, strong game. He reminds me. He's like Graham Ike. He's got some long arms. Dude just goes up and when he jams it, it's he's got that super extendo dunk. Kind of reminds Graham Ike and him and Giannis kind of got that same wingspan kind of deal. Oh, JT Toppin, that's a bad turnover. But story of the night for Duke and Kansas was Cam Boozer and Isaiah Evans stepping up big when you needed them. 18 points, 11 boards for Mr. Boozer, potential player of the year. But I think Duke's MVP right now so far, I think, has been Isaiah Evans. 16 points, 4 rebounds. Dude just lights it up. I love watching him because he just is relentless shooting the ball. Absolutely. I think 2/3 of his shot come from 3-point land. He can score. He's gotten a lot better on defense. He's put on some weight. He's really hit it hard in the summer. It's been really fun to see him develop over the last couple years. But yeah, Isaiah Evans he's a stud. He hit a 3 at the end of the half from well beyond NBA 3. And if you guys had ever noticed, when you see Duke, Isaiah Evans, the first time he touches the ball, he either lights it from 3 or he takes it to the hoop. This is exaggeration, but I don't think I've ever seen a game where he's caught the ball and has passed it up. So when he gets his first touch, that sucker's going up, man. I love it. I love that from a scorer. He's fearless. I think it's so fun to watch him. But he can take some bad shots. He's getting a lot better at it. He took a lot of bad shots last year. But I'm excited to see him throughout the rest of the season. He's developed as a 3-level scorer, and he's gotten better on defense. So, yeah, Duke's strong. They beat the brakes off of Niagara, as they should. They're not the most talented team that Duke's ever had, but this is a very complete team. They've got some elite freshmen. You've got some transfers. You've got some guys that have stuck around. I really like this Duke team. So, and they play hard. John Shire's got these dudes all over the board on defense. So great to see. Okay, we'll tap into tonight's games. First one, BYU Wisconsin went final a couple hours ago. 98-70. The Cougars take down the Badgers. I thought this one was going to be a little bit closer, but when BYU, I don't know if they heard my message about getting their defense shored up, but sure did that against Wisconsin. Their offense, their big three, was doing big three things, as I alluded to earlier. Richie Saunders with 26, DeBanza with 18 points, and Rob Wright with 10, 7, and 11. Almost flirting again with the triple-double. I think it's the second or third time this year that he's another turnover from Texas Tech. Good Lord. He's flirted with the triple-double. I think it's the third time. But AJ DeBanza with 18 only took 8 shots. And you win by 28. Your best player only takes 8 shots. That's strong. He was 11 of 12 from the free throw line. His presence on the court, he just makes a huge difference for BYU. Makes a huge difference in the game. He right now, in my opinion, he looks like the best player in the country. Braden Smith has kind of struggled last few games, or struggled to start this season at least. He's playing a little bit better tonight. Purdue's beating the brakes off of Texas Tech right now. But anyways, Rob Wright again, flirting with another triple-double, 10, 7, and 11. He seems to be getting comfortable with in his role, playing alongside DeBanza like this. He's playing excellent ball. But BYU, man, if they have their defense going, they're in the same position as Kentucky, but I think they have a more complete team right now. You're missing Kennard Davis, who, when he gets back, that's just another layer of scoring to this already potent offense. But yeah, BYU and Houston, I cannot wait to see that Big 12 matchup. That is going to be so fun. But anyways, they forced 12 turnovers. They got after Wisconsin on defense. Wisconsin couldn't seem to get anything going. But yeah, BYU's looking strong. All right, at Purdue, Braden Smith with a tray ball with 3 seconds left. Christian Anderson, oh my gosh. Yeah, no way. Beat down right now. Purdue 49, Texas Tech 26. Not looking great for the Red Raiders. Purdue is imposing their will. This looks like West Lafayette really traveled to West Virginia. But it's packed house. I love these games where they're played in the hotels. I think that's so fun. It takes me back to the bubble. I love seeing these kinds of environments. It probably feels like a high school game to these guys. And you had these packed in crowds. So great. But yeah, we'll have the second half going here. But yeah, while halftime's going, let's talk about some heat on the feet. Why don't we? All right, little heat on the feet action, man. Just wanted to give a little call. What was that? Who's got the heat on the feet today? Who got the heat on the feet today? Mr. Isaiah Evans from Duke, baby. His Kobe 6s. Caitlin Clark, light armory. Dude, they look so clean. So clean. The gray, you had the blue accent to go along with it. Just such a slick looking shoe. I saw him. That was the first time I had seen him in person. And he rocked them, man. With the Duke script jerseys. That dude looked cold. And he was lighting it up from 3 with them. Come on, man. I love me a good shoe game, especially if you can step up your game when you're wearing them. Man, so shout out to Mr. Isaiah Evans with the Kobe 6s. I'm a big fan. I need to get me a pair. So if anybody got a couple extra $100 lying around and they want to slide it my way, I love that. Love to get me a pair. So, another one, man. I'm not a big Adidas guy, but Trey White's pink Hardens, the Volume 9s. Ooh. Hey, I've got one pair of Adidas, the Pro models, all gold Pro models. They're okay. Yeah, I'm a big Nike guy, so. But these Hardens, I'm a big fan of the Harden. The Volume 9s go crazy, especially the pink. Just they pop. I love the way those look. Those would probably be the only other Adidas that I get. But shout out to Trey White, man, for showing up with the heat on the feet for Kansas. And they had the slick back, the throwback uniforms with that gold trim. Stop playing, man. You looking clean out there, looking clean. So I respect dudes that got good shoe game. A big that was back in the day. I don't collect them like I used to. May get back on that, but big fan of the kicks. So I'm always looking for someone that's got some heat. Let's go, not a player, but Tom Izzo. Talks about his team executing. This man executed the shoe game, man. He had the all green LeBron 23s on with the trim, just looking fresh as ever, man. He's the guy. I would love to look like him when I'm a grandpa. I know he's older, but if I can look like him and have his style, he's just so fresh. He looks so great with the gold, with the all green, bronze. Had that old man swagger to him, and his team's playing well. It makes it even better, man. But shout out to Mr. Izzo with the drip. I remember back in the day, Coach A was always so clean with his kicks. He was a little bit more. He dressed up a little bit more, kind of like what Cal does here at Arkansas. But I was a big fan of Izzo's kicks, man. So shout out to Tom Izzo. Michigan State got him right. Great work by Nike. And I think the LeBrons, I wasn't a big LeBron fan of his shoes growing up. I've really turned the corner with his kicks, man. His kicks have been fuego. But last two, just the two outbreaks I've been seeing, the Kobe 5s and the Ja 2s. Now the Ja 2s, when they first came out, let's start with Ja 2s and then we'll go Kobe 5s. The Ja 2s, I wasn't a big fan at first. When I saw them, I was like, a little tacky. But now that I've seen the school editions and players really rock them, they've grown on me big time. I'm a big fan of these kicks. I need to get me a pair, try them on. I don't know what the Ja 1s feel like, because this was prior to this is post playing days. So I need to get me a pair of those Jaws and check those out. But big fan of the Ja 2s. The school editions just go crazy. The colorways, they really pop, stand out. Especially they look great on TV. But yeah, the Ja and Nike did a great job here. Kobe 5s too. Kobe 5 outbreak that I've been seeing. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of the Caitlin Clark version. Again, Caitlin Clark making it. I'm a big fan of her, by the way. Big fan. But the Caitlin Clark Kobe 5s, hard. Bruce Lee's, hard. The school editions, hard. Just so great. I remember that was the first pair of Kobe's that I had got. There was a blue and white pair back when I was in 6th grade, maybe 5th grade, maybe. I had a pair of Kobe's, and that was kind of the beginning of the end for me with the kicks. Then I got a pair of foam posits from a friend of mine in high school, and that's what really took off the kicks. So yeah, I got the foams. I'm always repping, man. I love the foams. People give some hate on these, but I'm a big fan. Okay, that's it for the heat on the feet. We got Purdue just started the second half here. Purdue, Texas Tech. It's a beatdown, and Purdue's still just diving all over the floor, doing their thing. So this is probably gonna be a 30-piece, but unless Texas Tech can shoot the ball and they can get right back into it, man. But I'll be tuning into the rest of this. Everybody have an awesome weekend. I'll have a nice little recap on Monday. Have a buy or sell, and yeah, thank you for tuning in, y'all. Peace.